There are so many distractions and temptations in this life, aren't there? So many things that try to throw us off guard, take us off our faith. So many distractions and so many temptations. So how do we deal with them? As Christians, what are we supposed to do? Now, Francis Chan, who's a very famous speaker, I'd really recommend listening to some of his stuff. He talks about an analogy where a guy's driving a car and he's late to work and he's so focused on getting to work, and he's, whenever the traffic light's red, he's still looking at the traffic light, see when it'll turn green and then he'll go. He's so focused on the road ahead of him because he needs to get to work. And then when he gets to work, he goes his day and then goes home, and a friend calls him up and saying, "Oh, you were driving, I saw you driving this morning to work, and I was waving at you and I was shouting across, from my car saying, whatever your name is, Bob, and you didn't hear me or anything." And the reason that he couldn't hear him because he was so focused on getting to work, so focused on his destination, that he didn't even recognise the distraction that was trying to get at him. And sometimes learning to deal with our distractions is learning how to not notice them in the first place. We need to live in such a way that sin seems less appealing because we're just not interested in hurting the God that we're so close to. So we need to fix our eyes on him. And the song for today is called Fix Your Eyes by Forking Country, who are my favourite band, I would say. And this is what their biggest song, and it is an incredible song. It's amazing and I love listening to it. And it talks about the fact that it's a difficult life as Christians, and it's a hard path to walk, the righteous path. But it talks about saying that if I look back, there were things that I would have done differently. It says I would have loved without hesitating, that I would have given without expecting anything back. It talks about a lot of those kind of things. And the thing we've got to realise is that we can't take this life for granted. It's important. These 80 years, these 80, 90 years decide where we go for eternity. Don't waste this life. Don't take it for granted. Love people. Do things for God. And it's not saying that you've got to be in full-time preaching, but just even in your workplace, if you've got a normal job, even at school, you can still do things for God. Please him wherever you are. But most of all, fix your eyes on him. And you ask me, how do you fix your eyes on him? And practical ways to do it, well, you can listen to a song, listen to Christian music, read the Bible, pray with him. Just do things, little things in your daily life that just get you closer to him. And listening to Christian music is a big one, and that's what we want to do, is this 40 days to change your playlist. But if you realise spending time with him will shape your life, I mean that, spending time with him will shape and change your life for the better. So when everything's coming at you, you hold on to his promises, you focus on him, and you won't be shaken. And I'll end with 3 of my favourite Bible verses. Hebrews 12, verse 1 to 3, and it says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles us, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart." May God bless this word to you today. Amen.